Hey there, Pasadena Memorial High School drill, choir, and orchestra departments. My name's April Black. I'm with Greenlight Group Tours, and I've had the pleasure of working with your directors for the past 9 years planning outstanding trips. Your directors do a fabulous job of putting this together. You have so much to be proud of there. And you have a really cool tradition of going to New York every other year. So, my role here tonight is to give you a little sneak peek into what it is we're going to see and do in New York City. We are going to leave on Thursday, November 21st, 2019. This is just under a year away, and actually it's so far away that the flights aren't even for sale yet. So the published price that you have in your hands is an estimate, and next month, once the flights go on sale, we'll have a solid price, and we can begin registering for this trip on January 2nd. Right in the new year. We expect to take a direct flight from Houston Bush Intercontinental to New York City. And here it is. Welcome to the Big Apple, New York, New York. If you've never been there before, this is what it looks like. And right there in the middle is the famous Central Park. When you land at the airport, you are going to meet your Greenlight tour manager. This is a knowledgeable friend who's going to be with you for the duration of your tour. They'll stay at your same hotel, they'll pass out show tickets, they'll lead you on the subway, and tell you about all of the great sights that you'll see while in New York. Our first stop after leaving the airport will be dinner at Sylvia's Soul Food in Harlem. This is up on the north side of Manhattan, and Sylvia's Soul Food is second to none. Dinner will be barbecued ribs, their famous fried chicken, collard greens, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, homemade biscuits, and bread pudding for dessert. Then we'll see our first Broadway show. We are going to see Mean Girls, which is similar to the movie Mean Girls, if you've ever seen that, but even better and live on stage. Then we will check into our hotel in Times Square. Your group leaders have elected to stay right in the heart of Manhattan in Times Square, which is awesome. Just so you know, girls and boys will be on separate floors at the hotel. We hire a security guard to monitor those floors and make sure students stay safe and in their rooms, and we'll eat breakfast each morning here at the hotel. The next morning, choir, drill, and orchestra will break into 3 separate groups for their own ensemble workshops. Drill will have a dance workshop with a rockette from the Radio City Christmas Spectacular. Choir will do a Broadway classroom clinic where they'll learn the song and movement from one of the shows that we'll be seeing while in New York. And orchestra will have a Q&A session with a pit member from one of our Broadway shows. Then we'll head over to Rockefeller Center for lunch. And what I love about going in November or December is that the famous rink is open at Rockefeller Center. And in this picture, you can see the beautiful Christmas tree that will be up during your visit. Then you'll have some free time for shopping on fabulous Fifth Avenue. This is home to the Apple flagship store, to Tiffany's, the jewelry store from Breakfast at Tiffany's, to Trump Tower, and then even like an H&M that's 5 stories tall with a DJ inside. It's pretty cool. Then we'll take a guided walk through Central Park where we'll see some famous stops like Strawberry Fields, the Dakota, the Bethesda Fountain, and the fountain from the show Friends. And we'll have dinner this night at Buca di Beppo. This is a family-style Italian restaurant, which means instead of individual servings, the food lands in huge platters in the middle of the table for everyone to share. Trust me, you will not go hungry on this trip. And if you have any food allergies or if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, please let us know about that at the time of registration, and we'll make sure that you stay safe and well fed. On our second night, you'll actually have your choice of show. You can see Disney's Aladdin, as pictured here. You can see Kinky Boots, or you can see an opera at the Metropolitan Opera House at Lincoln Center. The next day, we will head on down to Lower Manhattan to the financial district, and we'll start our day off by ascending to the top of One World Observatory. This is the tallest building in North America. It's the fourth tallest building in the world, and it has super cool elevators. When you get in the elevator, the inside are TV screens. And so as the elevator begins to go up, the screens show you what Manhattan looked like at the time of early settlers. So it just started with rivers and forest, and then you see shorter structures, and then you see taller structures. And as the elevator continues to go up, you see the Twin Towers being built, and then you see the Twin Towers come down, and then you see One World being built. And as the elevator reaches the top, the elevator doors open, and you see that fabulous view at the top of One World Observatory. We'll have lunch this day at Hudson Eats. This is a cool, modern food court with lots of delicious options. And then we'll head over to the 9/11 Memorial. So as many of you know, on September 11th, 2001, terrorists hijacked several planes, two of which flew into the Twin Towers here in Lower Manhattan. Those towers fell, and now in their place are these two memorials. They're called Reflecting Absence because they're supposed to make you think of both the physical void, the absence of these huge buildings in Lower Manhattan, and then also the emotional void of the over 3,000 people that died that day. So both a physical and an emotional loss for our country. Along the outside of this memorial are etched the names of those who died that day. And if while you're there you happen to see a white rose in someone's name, that means today would have been their birthday. After seeing the memorial, we'll go into the 9/11 Museum to learn a little bit more about the events of September 11th. Next door is a cool new building called the Oculus. This is designed to look like a white peace dove taking flight. Obviously, peace is a welcome sight there next to the 9/11 Memorial. And inside is a huge shopping center that you'll get to explore. And then we'll have dinner at Bill's Burgers. This burger shop has been featured on Food Network several times, and their food is just delicious. And this evening, we will get to see the Radio City Christmas Spectacular with the Rockettes there at Radio City. After the show, you'll have some free time to enjoy Times Square. And then the next day, you'll have the opportunity to walk over the famous Brooklyn Bridge. When you get out to the middle, where you see these wires dip down at the center, you can see the Statue of Liberty out in the harbor. And then you'll have lunch in Little Italy. Make sure to try the cannoli at Ferrara's Bakery. And then some free time to explore Chinatown and Soho. Soho is home to some upscale stores, and Chinatown is historically known for the place where you can get all of your knockoffs, like designer handbags that are way cheaper than the real thing. We like to call those Fradas, or a knockoff Rolex that I like to call the Frolex. It's fun to haggle and get some good deals here in Chinatown. And then we will depart for home. If you look at this picture under the wing of the plane, there's Lower Manhattan as you head home. We expect you to arrive the evening of November 24th, 2019. All right, so what do you get for your money? What is included in this package? Transportation, so that includes airfare to and from New York, subway transportation while you're there, and motor coach transfers to and from the New York airport in Manhattan. It includes 3 nights lodging in Times Square. It includes 6 meals, so that's 3 breakfasts and 3 dinners, all attractions and shows that we just discussed, the tour manager that will be with you for the duration of your trip, that nighttime hotel security guard, a $2 million liability insurance policy, plus a basic traveler's insurance policy. The traveler's insurance covers up to $25,000 in medical expenses, and it covers travel delays longer than 6 hours. So what doesn't this package include? If you would like to check a suitcase on the airline, you'll need to pay that checked luggage fee directly to the airline at check-in. Typically, it's $30 each way. Or if you are a light packer and you can pack a small suitcase that will fit in the overhead of the airplane, that will be free. The package also does not include lunches, so make sure that you have some spending money for lunches and souvenirs while they're in New York. Your group leaders should have handed you or emailed you a registration packet. That shows you the itinerary, the pricing, the payment dates, and it has this piece of paper that shows you how to register for the trip. So circle January 2nd on your calendar because that is the date that trip registration opens. We have 100 available seats on this trip, so log in on January 2nd to secure your trip to New York City. It looks like an awesome trip, and now I'd like to leave you with a short video clip of another group like yours having a blast in NYC. Look forward to seeing you there.
New York City is an opportunity of a lifetime.
It's such a fun experience.
Greenlight has set it up perfectly.
Greatest trip ever.
The jet to New York City, straight into Times Square. And I got my whole crew right with me, and y'all gonna know we're there. Rolling like some VIPs all day and every night. But if you're trying to go like this, then you gotta go with Greenlight. Go.
Even if you've been to the place, it's like really fun to go with your friends. You try things that you would never try. We rode the subway, and normally I would never ride the subway. I'd be way too scared. But like I felt really safe with this group. It's something I wanted to do, but I never would have the courage to do it myself.
I think eating at Ellen Starter's Diner last night was one of the best nights I've ever had. The fact that going there and they sing and interact with the guests, I think is amazing. It's something I'd love to do myself.
Favorite thing that we've eaten so far is John's Pizzeria. Nothing better than New York pizza. I eat pizza a lot, and New York pizza is really good.
And I trip, but this the way you make it crazy cool. You go with Greenlight.
I don't think they're ever going to forget these memories. But I also want them to be able to perform. This year, St. Patrick's Cathedral, I mean, really?
Greenlight definitely has set us up with a well-organized tour. My tour director is Jenny. She's helped us get to where we need to go and make sure that we're safe.
The tour directors that Greenlight gave us are super great. They're really knowledgeable, but they're also not boring. They're fun to be around.
I like to say we're just a knowledgeable friend hanging out with the group. We pick them up the minute they arrive. We're with them until the minute they leave. We've got their back, but also we kind of just like hanging out with them and making sure they're having the best time possible.
Rolling down Fifth Avenue, slide across that Brooklyn Bridge. But if you're trying to go like this, then I'll tell you just what I did. I'll go with Greenlight.
There's such a positivity to Greenlight. Everything they do just makes it feel special. There's just a feeling of home to all of it.
If someone was wanting to go on this exact trip that we're going on now, I would definitely tell them to do it.
This is not something you can get every day.
This is the greatest trip I've ever been on.
We love them.